You've been told your whole life that vegetables are always healthy. We all grew up hearing it. Eat your vegetables. Our parents meant well, and the advice worked for most of our lives. Vegetables are packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. They help with digestion, boost immunity, and keep us trim. But what if I told you that after the age of 60, some vegetables can actually do more harm than good? Sounds unbelievable, right? But for millions of seniors, it's already happening, and most have no idea. After 60, your body changes drastically. Your blood flow slows. Inflammation rises. Nutrient absorption declines. This means that the same foods that once energized you could now be silently draining your strength. You may start to feel more tired. Your legs ache more than they used to. Your balance feels off. You might even experience memory fog or feel clumsy on the stairs. But you chalk it up to just getting older. The truth? It might not be aging. It might be what's on your plate. Certain vegetables contain natural compounds that, while harmless to younger people, can spark inflammation, damage circulation, and accelerate nerve degradation in older adults. These aren't rare or exotic plants either. They're likely in your kitchen right now. And it gets worse. A major study published in the Journal of Gerontology found a direct link between specific vegetables and faster decline in both memory and mobility. That's right, certain vegetables could be contributing to the very issues you're trying to fight: joint pain, poor circulation, balance issues, and cognitive fog. But don't panic. There's a solution. Because for every vegetable that might be silently hurting you, there's another that can build you back up. Powerful vegetables that improve blood flow, feed your nerves, reduce joint pain, and help you stay sharp, steady, and independent. In this video, we'll reveal the 3 vegetables you should avoid immediately if you're over 60, and the 3 vegetables you should be eating more often to boost leg strength, joint flexibility, and brain clarity. No gimmicks, no expensive supplements, just real, science-backed advice based on how aging bodies work. Let's begin with the first vegetable you should seriously reconsider, and why it may be the reason your legs feel heavier than they should. Let's start with the most deceptive vegetable of them all, the white potato. It's familiar, comforting, and has probably been on your dinner plate since childhood. Mashed, fried, roasted, it's practically a staple in most kitchens. But once you pass 60, your body starts sending subtle but serious messages. And one of the biggest offenders behind those messages might just be this innocent-looking spud. So, what makes white potatoes a problem? It begins with how your body processes carbohydrates, a process that changes dramatically with age. White potatoes are what's known as high glycemic foods. That means they quickly convert to glucose, sugar, in your bloodstream. For a teenager playing sports all day, that's no big deal. But for older adults, these sugar spikes can be devastating. Here's why. When you eat a white potato, your blood sugar rises rapidly, even faster than table sugar in some cases. That flood of sugar doesn't just make you tired afterward. It sets off a chain reaction of inflammation that silently damages your blood vessels, especially the tiny ones in your legs, feet, brain, and eyes. Why does this matter? Because as you age, those small vessels are already vulnerable. They're the lifelines delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles and nerves. When they're damaged, circulation slows, nerves misfire, and muscles weaken. The result? Stiff knees, numb feet, cramps, balance issues, that subtle hesitation at the top of the stairs, that strange coldness in your toes at night. It's not just aging. It could be what you ate for dinner. Let's take the case of Tommy, a 76-year-old retired trucker. He'd been eating mashed potatoes every night for years. He thought his daily knee stiffness and balance problems were just part of getting older. But after reviewing his diet, we noticed something alarming. White potatoes were a nightly guest on his plate, often drenched in butter, cheese, or gravy. Tommy's real issue wasn't just old age, it was chronic glycemic overload. The potatoes were silently inflaming his body, choking his circulation, and fogging his mind. His legs didn't stand a chance. But when he made one simple change, replacing white potatoes with steamed broccoli, the difference was shocking. In just 2 weeks, Tommy reported waking up with less stiffness, walking with more confidence, and even sleeping better. And no, it wasn't because of some expensive supplement. It was simply removing the thing that was holding him back. So why are white potatoes so harmful? They spike blood sugar. One medium white potato has a glycemic index score of over 80. That's higher than soda or candy. They lack nutrients. Despite their popularity, white potatoes are shockingly low in antioxidants. They don't fight cell damage, they fuel it. They encourage inflammation. Those sugar spikes don't just go away, they light inflammatory fires in your arteries and tissues. They offer empty calories, high in carbs but low in fiber and healthy fats. White potatoes fill you up but don't actually feed your body. And it gets worse when you add the toppings: butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon bits. Now you've got not just a glycemic bomb, but a saturated fat storm that taxes your heart and clogs arteries. So what should you do instead? Start by replacing white potatoes with cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, or Brussels sprouts. These aren't just healthier, they're actively anti-inflammatory. Broccoli, for instance, contains sulforaphane, a compound that helps detoxify your blood, protect your brain, and reduce joint pain. You can still enjoy that warm, comforting side dish at dinner. Just swap the filler for fuel. Try this. Roast broccoli with garlic and olive oil for a crispy, savory treat. Mash cauliflower with a little bone broth and herbs for a creamy alternative. Steam Brussels sprouts and drizzle with lemon and tahini for a powerhouse of flavor and protection. You don't need to give up your comfort foods. You just need to redefine what comfort means, because nothing feels better than waking up with legs that move, knees that bend, and feet that feel alive again. Here's the bottom line. White potatoes might taste like tradition, but for many seniors, they're slowly stealing strength and clarity. If you're experiencing cold or numb feet, knee stiffness in the morning, trouble balancing on stairs, foggy thinking in the afternoon, don't write it off as aging. Look at your plate. One small change, like saying goodbye to white potatoes, can protect your circulation, support your joints, and bring energy back to your steps. Remember, it's not about fear. It's about clarity. Once you know the truth, you can make better choices. Because food can be medicine or it can be poison. The power is in your hands. Let's talk about a vegetable that looks harmless. It's shiny, purple, and often praised as a health food. You've seen it in Mediterranean dishes, stir fries, even vegetarian lasagnas. Yes, we're talking about eggplant. But if you're over 60 and struggling with unexplained joint pain, nerve sensitivity, or just a sense of fatigue that doesn't go away, this vegetable might be working against you. Now, don't get me wrong. Eggplant isn't bad for everyone. But here's the thing. As we age, our bodies change, especially how we process certain plant chemicals. An eggplant is packed with one compound in particular that deserves a closer look: solanine. Solanine is a natural pesticide. Plants in the nightshade family, like eggplant, tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes, produce solanine to protect themselves from bugs and predators. But for some people, especially adults over 60, that protection mechanism may come at a high cost. Here's what happens. Solanine is known to trigger low-grade inflammation in sensitive individuals. This isn't the sharp, sudden inflammation you get from an injury. It's the kind that creeps in quietly. It builds in the background. You don't even notice it at first. But over time, it starts to show up in your knees, your hips, your hands. Your legs may feel heavier than usual. You start waking up with that familiar, nagging stiffness. Balance starts to feel off. And worse, you stop trusting your body. Still think it's just aging? Let's talk nerves. Solanine doesn't just irritate joints. Research suggests it can also interfere with neurotransmission, the way your brain communicates with your muscles. Imagine sending a text, and the message takes 10 seconds to deliver. That delay might not matter on a phone, but when you're walking downstairs, that delay can mean a fall. And falls are no joke after 60. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 seniors falls each year, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among older adults. So if your brain's signals to your legs are being slowed down or distorted, even slightly, your risk of falling skyrockets. Now let's get personal. Meet Patricia, 71, who loved her weekly grilled eggplant. It was her healthy go-to, low-calorie, high-fiber, right? But she started noticing something. Her knees were swollen by late afternoon. Her feet felt tight and hot, and she was more hesitant walking across uneven ground. When her daughter pointed out how often she cooked with eggplant, Patricia was skeptical. But she agreed to try an experiment. For just 3 weeks, she eliminated all eggplant from her diet. No ratatouille, no baba ganoush, no roasted slices. And guess what? Her knees stopped swelling. Her balance improved. She felt lighter, more agile. The difference was subtle, but real. That's not coincidence. That's food feedback. And it could be happening in your life, too. You might be thinking, do I have to give up eggplant forever? Not necessarily. If you're symptom-free and love it, go ahead in moderation. But if you have chronic joint stiffness, tingling in the legs or feet, balance issues, muscle fatigue, or dead legs, it's worth testing your reaction. Eliminate eggplant and possibly other nightshades for 2 to 3 weeks and track your symptoms. If they improve, you may have found a hidden enemy, and you don't have to go without alternatives. Try these inflammation-friendly swaps. Zucchini, mild, easy to digest, and rich in potassium and vitamin C. Carrots, powerful antioxidants that protect nerve tissue and support eye health. Bok choy, a cruciferous vegetable loaded with anti-inflammatory compounds and bone-building nutrients. Unlike eggplant, these vegetables don't contain solanine and are much less likely to provoke inflammation or interfere with nerve signals. Here's what's really happening when you take eggplant off your plate. You reduce internal inflammation, leading to less joint pain. You support cleaner nerve signaling, which means steadier walking. You remove a hidden digestive irritant, easing gut strain and nutrient absorption. That last point is huge. Your gut health affects everything from energy to immunity to coordination. And for some older adults, nightshades like eggplant can be the very thing damaging gut lining, letting unwanted toxins leak into the bloodstream and triggering chronic inflammation across the body. So what's the takeaway? Eggplant might be okay in your 30s or 40s. But after 60, the story changes. What once nourished may now be inflaming. Your body becomes more sensitive, not less. And that sensitivity requires precision, awareness, and smarter food choices. If you're struggling with balance, stiffness, numbness, or fatigue, and no one seems to know why, check your plate. Eggplant might be playing a bigger role than you think. Try a break. See how you feel. You might just get a piece of your freedom back. Up next, the third vegetable to avoid is one that almost everyone keeps in their fridge without realizing the harm. It's crunchy, it's green, and it's probably hiding in your salad right now. Let's talk about a vegetable that seems totally innocent. It's fresh, it's crunchy, it's in your salad, your fajitas, maybe even in that omelet you had this morning. I'm talking about green bell peppers. Now, most people wouldn't blink twice at a green bell pepper. After all, it's a vegetable. And haven't we all been told for decades that vegetables are always good for us? Especially ones that are low in calories, low in sugar, and high in fiber? But here's the catch. After age 60, your body starts reacting differently. And for many older adults, green bell peppers may be quietly working against your digestion, your joints, your memory, and even your balance. So what's the hidden problem inside that harmless-looking veggie? Lectins. Lectins are a type of natural protein that certain plants, including green bell peppers, produce to defend themselves against pests. In the plant world, they're a survival tool. But in the human digestive system, they can become an invisible irritant, especially as we get older. Here's what lectins do. They bind to the walls of your intestines, sometimes acting like microscopic glue. In small amounts, many people tolerate them just fine. But in aging bodies, where the gut lining is often more delicate, lectins can begin to cause problems. They can interfere with nutrient absorption, create tiny cracks in the intestinal lining, what some experts call leaky gut, and trigger chronic, low-grade inflammation. What does that look like in real life? You feel a bit more bloated than usual after eating. You wake up with stiff ankles or knees. You struggle with concentration or mild brain fog. You feel a strange shakiness or off-balance sensation when standing. You might assume it's all just normal aging. But what if it's not? What if your daily salad is quietly contributing to your decline? Here's another surprise. Green bell peppers aren't a different species from red, yellow, or orange peppers. They're just the unripe version. That's right, green peppers are picked before they reach full maturity. And because they're not fully ripened, they contain more lectins and fewer antioxidants than their colorful cousins. So while red or orange peppers are loaded with immune-boosting vitamin C and beta-carotene, green peppers are offering you less nutrition and more risk. Let's make it more concrete with a story. Meet Harold, 69, who had been battling nagging knee pain and digestive discomfort for years. He was a health-conscious guy, ate lots of salads, walked daily, didn't smoke or drink. But no matter what he did, he always had trouble staying regular and felt stiff and sluggish by late morning. When he visited a functional nutritionist, they took a close look at his diet. The biggest surprise? Harold was eating green bell peppers almost every day, in his salad at lunch and his stir-fry at dinner. He did a 2-week experiment. He cut out green bell peppers and switched to red peppers and zucchini instead. No other changes. By the end of the second week, Harold said he felt noticeably less bloated, and for the first time in months, he could get out of bed without wincing from knee stiffness. He even reported clearer thinking, like someone had taken a fog off the windshield, he said. It wasn't magic. It was just understanding how his older body was reacting to a food that used to work for him, but now didn't. But what's really happening here, biologically? As we age, our gut lining thins and becomes more vulnerable. Our digestive enzyme production declines, making it harder to break down plant proteins like lectins. Our immune system becomes more reactive, which means mild irritants cause stronger responses. So even if green peppers never caused issues before, they may be triggering immune responses, joint stiffness, or brain fog now. And because the damage is slow, it's hard to connect the dots until you take them out of your diet. Still not convinced? Let's talk science. Research published in the journal Nutrients showed that age-related intestinal permeability, aka leaky gut, may contribute to neuroinflammation, the kind of inflammation that's been linked to slower reflexes, memory problems, and even dementia. And guess what exacerbates this? Lectin-heavy foods and a sensitive gut. So what can you do? It's simple. Try cutting out green bell peppers for just 3 weeks. Replace them with red, yellow, or orange peppers. Same crunch, far more antioxidants, much lower in lectins. Zucchini or squash, gentle on digestion, full of potassium and vitamin C. Carrots or cucumbers, great for salads, rich in antioxidants and naturally anti-inflammatory. This isn't about fear, it's about precision. You're not in your 30s anymore. Your body isn't asking for the same foods it used to. It's asking for cleaner fuel, gentler on digestion, better for circulation, and safer for your nervous system. And remember, this is not about avoiding all peppers. Red, yellow, and orange peppers are nutrient-rich and far easier to digest. It's the unripe green ones, cheaper, more bitter, and higher in lectins, that you may want to put on pause. So the next time you chop up veggies for your salad or stir-fry, take a moment and ask, am I feeding inflammation or am I fighting it? Small changes add up, especially after 60. And sometimes the tiniest shift in your diet can give you back stability, confidence, and clarity. Coming up next, we've looked at the 3 vegetables to avoid. Now let's turn the page and discover the 3 powerful vegetables you should be adding to your plate starting today. First up, one humble orange veggie that can sharpen your vision, steady your balance, and even enhance your immune system. Carrots. They're colorful, crunchy, and often overlooked as just a snack or side dish. But if you're over 60, carrots are far more than rabbit food. They may be one of the most underestimated tools for protecting your eyesight, preserving your nerve health, and reinforcing your balance and mobility. That's not an exaggeration. Let's start with the obvious benefit, vision. By now, most of us know that carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a compound your body converts into vitamin A. But what you might not know is how crucial this process becomes after 60. As we age, the risk of macular degeneration, a disease that blurs your central vision, skyrockets. The retina, especially the macula, begins to thin and weaken, slowly stealing your ability to see detail, depth, and contrast. That means reading gets harder, driving becomes risky, and recognizing familiar faces may start to feel frustrating. Now, here's where carrots come in. Beta-carotene is one of the few natural nutrients that specifically target the retina. It strengthens the photoreceptor cells that let you see in dim light. That means better vision at dusk, better depth perception on stairs, and more confidence navigating uneven surfaces, all of which reduce your fall risk dramatically. But the power of carrots doesn't stop at eyesight. New research reveals that carrots also support your central nervous system, particularly the delicate pathways that allow your brain to send fast, clear messages to your legs and feet. These are the signals that help you catch yourself if you trip, lift your foot higher on a step, or maintain posture while walking through a busy store. And guess what interferes with those signals? Oxidative stress. That's the slow, cell-by-cell damage that builds over time as your body battles inflammation, toxins, and everyday wear and tear. After 60, oxidative stress can damage the protective sheaths around your nerves, just like fraying wires in a damaged electrical cord. And when that happens, your reactions slow, your steps wobble, and your risk of injury increases without warning. Carrots deliver a payload of antioxidants, not just beta-carotene, but lutein, zeaxanthin, and polyacetylenes that work together to protect nerve tissue and keep signals strong and sharp. That means more reliable coordination, faster reflexes, and a greater sense of balance and control in your legs. Let's take a real-life example. Meet Dale, 69, a retired construction worker who always prided himself on being agile. But in his late 60s, he started noticing subtle changes. He'd hesitate before stepping off a curb. He'd sway slightly when standing still. His vision felt foggy at night. He shrugged it off. "I'm just getting older," he thought. During nutritional consultation, Dale learned about the role of vitamin A and antioxidants in maintaining not just vision, but postural control and nerve stability. He committed to adding one large serving of carrots, raw, steamed, or roasted, every single day. 3 weeks later, Dale felt different. He was moving more confidently. His night vision had improved, and most importantly, his fear of stumbling had faded. One simple vegetable helped him regain not just balance, but peace of mind. And let's not forget the immune system. After 60, your body's ability to fight infection weakens. Vitamin A from carrots enhances the function of T cells and white blood cells, the very defenders your immune system relies on. This isn't just about colds or flu. It's about supporting wound healing, skin health, and even resilience to joint inflammation. Now, let's talk preparation, because how you eat carrots matters. Boiling carrots? Not great. It leaches beta-carotene into the water and can cut the vitamin content in half. Raw carrots are fine, but to unlock the maximum benefits, especially for absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like beta-carotene, it's best to lightly steam them or roast with a little olive oil. Why olive oil? Because beta-carotene is fat-soluble, meaning it needs a small amount of dietary fat to be properly absorbed. A drizzle of olive oil turns a carrot into a supercharged vision and nerve protector. And for those wondering, no, carrots will not spike your blood sugar when eaten in moderate amounts. Their glycemic load is low, and their fiber content helps slow digestion. So if you have diabetes or prediabetes, carrots are not just safe, they're a smart choice. Still think carrots are boring? Consider this. Carrots help you see better. Carrots help you move better. Carrots help you feel safer in your own body. And the cost? Mere cents a day. No pills. No fancy powders. Just a humble, colorful root vegetable with deep medicinal impact. Let's bring it back to you. Are you waking up with stiffness? Are your steps slower than they used to be? Do you hesitate at stairs or curbs? Is your vision fuzzier in the evening? If so, don't just accept it as aging. Fight back with carrots. Start small. Add shredded carrots to a salad. Snack on carrot sticks with hummus. Roast a batch on Sunday to enjoy throughout the week. Every bite is a message to your body. I still care. I'm still fighting. I'm still strong. Coming up next, we're diving into a vegetable you've seen 1,000 times, but never realized was one of nature's greatest defenders of the brain, heart, and legs. You might already have it in your freezer or fridge right now, and once you understand its power, you'll never look at it the same way again. Stay tuned for the next vegetable, the cruciferous guardian of circulation, memory, and strength. Let's talk about broccoli. Yes, that humble green vegetable you may have pushed to the side of your plate as a child is now one of the most powerful foods you can eat after 60. And we're not just saying that because it's healthy. We're saying it because broccoli might be the key to keeping your brain sharp, your legs strong, and your circulation running like clockwork. Sound dramatic? Let's break it down. After 60, your body faces 3 silent threats that most people don't recognize until it's too late. Circulation decline. Blood doesn't move as easily to the brain or the legs. Cognitive fog. Memory fades, focus slips, and mental energy dips. Chronic inflammation. A slow, internal fire that stiffens joints and weakens muscles. Broccoli tackles all 3. Not with hype, but with biological, science-backed compounds that work at the cellular level to restore vitality. At the heart of broccoli's power is a compound called sulforaphane, a unique phytonutrient found almost exclusively in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale. But broccoli is the richest, easiest source. And when you consume it, sulforaphane acts like a detox alarm system for your body. It triggers a cascade of protective enzymes that fight inflammation, neutralize free radicals, and support brain function. Let's start with circulation. Blood vessels tend to stiffen with age, which means less oxygen and fewer nutrients are reaching your brain, your heart, and especially your legs. Poor circulation is why some seniors feel cold feet, leg cramps, or fatigue after short walks. But sulforaphane helps relax blood vessels, increase nitric oxide production, and improve endothelial function. That's the lining inside your arteries. Think of it as restoring flexibility to your pipes so your blood can move freely again. One study in the journal Hypertension found that older adults who consumed sulforaphane-rich broccoli had improved blood flow and reduced arterial stiffness in just a few weeks. And now let's talk memory. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in. First, you misplace your keys more often. The names slip your mind. Later, it becomes harder to follow conversations or instructions. Many seniors brush this off as just aging, but inflammation and oxidative stress are often the real culprits, and broccoli directly fights both. The antioxidants in broccoli, including vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate, nourish neurons and clear out cellular debris that can clog brain communication. But sulforaphane goes even further. It actually activates brain protective genes. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that sulforaphane enhances brain plasticity, which means your brain stays flexible and capable of learning, adapting, and remembering, even in your 70s or 80s. And let's not forget about muscle and joint health. Aging leads to wear and tear in both areas, but the inflammation responsible for stiff knees, aching backs, or weak leg muscles is not irreversible. Sulforaphane, along with vitamin K, calcium, and fiber in broccoli, reduces inflammatory markers, protects cartilage, and supports healthy bones. In one study from the Journal of Functional Foods, older adults who ate broccoli daily reported less joint pain, better leg endurance, and improved walking balance. Now here's something else few people realize. Broccoli helps manage blood sugar. That's huge, especially if you're managing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Unlike starchy vegetables that spike glucose levels like white potatoes, broccoli stabilizes your blood sugar thanks to its low glycemic index and fiber content. That's crucial for preventing energy crashes, dizziness, or mood swings, which directly affect your mobility and safety. Let's also bust a myth. Healthy food is boring. That's only true if you don't know how to prepare it. Here's how to get the most out of broccoli. Don't boil it to death. That destroys sulforaphane. Lightly steam it for 3 to 4 minutes until it's bright green and just tender. Add olive oil or lemon juice to enhance nutrient absorption. Or roast it with garlic and turmeric for a delicious anti-inflammatory combo. And if you prefer raw, chop broccoli in a salad. Great. Just remember that chewing activates an enzyme, myrosinase, that helps your body unlock sulforaphane. Blend it into a smoothie, too. Yes, it's an acquired taste, but the rewards are unmatched. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 72-year-old retiree who loved gardening, but had started to feel weak in her legs and foggy in her thinking. Her daughter suggested a simple daily change: a bowl of steamed broccoli with dinner. That's it. No supplements. No pills. Within a month, Sarah reported better sleep, clearer focus, and, most surprisingly, more confidence walking outdoors without her cane. The fog had lifted. Her legs felt stronger, and she smiled, saying, "I feel like myself again." That's the power of broccoli. Not just a vegetable, a defender of independence. A green guardian of clarity, circulation, and confidence. So here's your broccoli checklist. Eat it steamed, roasted, or raw. Don't overcook. Aim for half a cup to 1 cup per day. Combine with a healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado. Add garlic or turmeric for added inflammation-fighting power. Simple, affordable, proven. And if you've been skeptical of broccoli all these years, now's the time to reconsider. Because this little tree-like veggie is not just fuel, it's protection. And in a world where mobility, memory, and safety become more fragile with age, broccoli is one of your strongest allies. Coming up next, we uncover the final vegetable in this powerhouse list. One that's not only anti-inflammatory but acts as a blood flow optimizer and nerve support system in one small handful. Get ready for Section 6. Spinach, the leafy green that electrifies your mind and legs. Spinach isn't just a salad filler or a smoothie booster. It's an elite, muscle-charging, brain-boosting powerhouse that should be a permanent resident in your kitchen after 60. It's not hype. It's not just a cliché from Popeye cartoons. It's science-backed, senior-saving nutrition. If you're looking to protect your circulation, nerve function, muscle response, and even mood, spinach might be your most underrated weapon. Especially after the age of 60, when the risks of falls, brain fog, and weakened legs creep up quietly. Here's the truth. Most falls don't happen simply because someone's legs got weak. They happen because the brain didn't send the signal fast enough to the legs. That delay, those split seconds, are the difference between staying upright and hitting the floor. That's why spinach is so powerful. It targets both ends of the system. It strengthens the brain-to-muscle connection. It boosts blood flow, and it enhances muscle coordination. Let's start with its most remarkable compound, natural nitrates. These plant-based nitrates, found in abundance in spinach, convert into nitric oxide in your body, a molecule that opens up blood vessels, allowing oxygen and nutrients to rush into your brain, muscles, and nerves like water to dry soil. That means faster thinking, quicker reflexes, more stable steps, reduced risk of dizziness, lightheadedness, or falling. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that adults over 65 who consumed nitrate-rich greens like spinach experienced significantly improved walking speed, better reaction time, and even enhanced cognitive test scores. But that's just the beginning. Spinach is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two rare antioxidants that target your macula, the part of your retina responsible for sharp, central vision. As we age, macular degeneration becomes a real threat. You may notice blurred faces, faded colors, difficulty driving at night. Spinach fights back. It protects your eyes from oxidative damage caused by blue light, inflammation, and aging. Just half a cup of cooked spinach provides more lutein than almost any other vegetable. And when your vision is clearer, your balance improves too. Seniors don't often connect eye health to stability, but blurry vision directly affects depth perception and navigation, especially on stairs or uneven surfaces. Now let's look at another crucial aspect: muscle and nerve recovery. Spinach delivers an elite combo of magnesium, helps muscles contract and relax efficiently, preventing cramps or trembling. Folate supports mood, mental clarity, and nerve health. Vitamin K1 strengthens bones by guiding calcium into the right places, your bones, not your arteries. Together, these nutrients enhance your mobility, protect against osteoporosis, and boost energy. Take Eleanor, a 68-year-old retired teacher. She told us, "I used to wake up with knees that felt like concrete. I thought I needed pain pills. But a dietitian suggested I try just one handful of spinach every day, nothing else. Within 2 weeks, I felt lighter. My knees stopped aching. My vision improved in the evening. I even walked my dog at dusk again without fear of tripping." What changed? Her blood flow, her brain signaling, her muscle response, all from one green handful a day. Let's be clear, spinach doesn't work like a pill. It's not a one-time fix. It's a daily fuel source that restores your body's natural defenses. And when taken consistently, it builds up, like compounding interest for your health. Now, how should you eat it? Don't boil it. Boiling spinach can drain 50% to 70% of its key nutrients straight into the water. Lightly sauté it in olive oil. The fat actually helps your body absorb lutein and vitamin K. Toss a handful into a smoothie. You won't taste it, but your brain and legs will thank you. Stir it into soups or scrambled eggs just before turning off the heat to preserve the antioxidants. And you don't need a mountain of it either. Studies show that even half a cup per day is enough to improve nitric oxide levels and start nourishing the nervous system. If you want more energy, more stability, better sleep, and fewer, I forgot what I came in here for, moments, spinach is your ally. Now, let's bust the most common myth. Spinach is high in oxalates, and that's bad for seniors. Here's the truth. Unless you have a history of kidney stones, normal spinach consumption is perfectly safe for most adults. And the benefits far outweigh any hypothetical risks. And let's talk affordability. Spinach is cheap, widely available, easy to prepare, and doesn't spoil quickly when stored right. You don't need fancy powders, exotic berries, or $80 supplements from late-night infomercials. You just need real, proven foods eaten consistently. So here's your spinach checklist. 1 small handful daily, lightly cooked or raw. Combine with healthy fat for absorption. Avoid overcooking to preserve antioxidants. Pair with iron-rich foods like lentils for an extra strength boost. The result? More confidence on your feet, more clarity in your mind, more ease in your steps. Because after 60, your body doesn't need to slow down. It needs to be fed properly. Spinach is not just food. It's function. It's fuel. And it's a daily reminder that aging strong is absolutely possible. You've just learned which vegetables could quietly be draining your strength, and which ones can help rebuild it, starting today. But this isn't just about spinach or carrots or cutting back on white potatoes. It's about something far deeper. It's about recognizing that your body is still listening to you, even after 60. For years, many of us have been told that aging is a slow decline, that joint pain, foggy memory, poor balance, and fatigue are just part of getting older. But that's not the full truth. You see, your body isn't giving up on you. It's responded to what you feed it, to how you move it, to how you care for it, day by day, meal by meal, moment by moment. And what you do next matters more than what you did yesterday. The message today is simple but powerful. The right foods can help you reclaim control over how you age. The wrong ones can quietly steal your balance, your memory, and your independence. So let's reframe how we think about food. Don't look at your plate as just breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Look at it as a decision, a moment of power. Because the truth is, every forkful is either feeding your future or draining it. And here's the most beautiful part. It doesn't take massive change to feel massive results. It starts with swapping mashed potatoes for steamed broccoli, choosing roasted carrots instead of eggplant, tossing a handful of spinach into your smoothie rather than grabbing another processed snack. These tiny changes add up fast. They stack, they compound, and day by day, they help restore your strength, sharpen your focus, and reignite your confidence. Think of these 6 vegetables we talked about today like tools in a toolbox. Some were dulling your edge without you even realizing it. Others were sitting in the corner, just waiting for a chance to restore your body from the inside out. So what's the actionable takeaway? Start small. Tonight, remove one of the harmful veggies from your plate. Tomorrow, add one of the healing ones. That's it. No pressure, no guilt, just progress. Your legs, your mind, and your circulation are not beyond repair. They're resilient. They're waiting. And most importantly, they respond fast when you feed them what they truly need. We've seen it time and time again. Seniors who swapped a few vegetables and saw fewer stumbles on the stairs, less swelling in their joints, clearer thinking after meals, and a deeper sense of trust in their own body again. This isn't theory. This is happening every day, quietly, beautifully, in people just like you. And if you're still feeling unsure, if you're wondering whether it's too late for these changes to matter, let me tell you this. It's never too late to take back control, because your health story is still being written, and the pen is in your hands. If today's message resonated with you, even just a little, here's how you can keep the momentum going. Leave a comment below. Which vegetable surprised you the most today? What small change are you committing to this week? Your voice matters. Share this video with someone you care about. A friend, a parent, a neighbor, someone who might be struggling with silent muscle loss or joint pain but doesn't know why. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We post daily content to help seniors just like you stay sharp, mobile, and strong without gimmicks or overwhelm. We reveal the over 60. Never eat these 3 vegetables and add these 3 for better joints and legs for a healthier you in our full video. Link in bio. Hit subscribe for more vital health insights. At Senior Health Tips Daily, we believe that wisdom doesn't fade with age. It grows, and when paired with the right daily choices, that wisdom becomes strength. You've got this. You've always had it in you. And now, with the right foods by your side, you're not just aging, you're thriving. Until next time, take care of your body, your heart, and your spirit, because the strongest version of you is still ahead.